friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Em, and today we have a good old-fashioned book unhaul. I got a lot of books that I pulled off the shelves. So my goal for 2023 is to really reduce the amount of books I have in my house that I have not read yet. And to kind of go along with that, I have also been really struggling to read YA fantasy in the past year or so, which kind of hurts a little bit because I really love YA fantasy. And sometimes it still works, but largely it's just not a genre I am picking up as often as I used to. And it's also the genre where I have the most unread books that I've owned for the longest time. Yes. So I just got tired of looking at them on my shelf, and they are all so backlist at this point that if I ever change my mind and want to read them, I can always get them from the library. So I'm gonna go through and show what I'm unhauling, and if there's a book where you think I'm making a big mistake, let me know. I would love to be talked into keeping more of them. And I did keep about 5 unread YA where it's either an author that I really love, or I'm just not ready to accept that I might not read it. But these ones have all made it through a couple of cuts, and I just have to be honest about where my reading interests lie. So anyways, that's a really long intro. Let's get down to it. So the first 2 that I'm getting rid of are Marvel novelizations. I have A Black Widow Forever Read by Margaret Stohl that I'll be unhauling. And then also Higher, Further, Faster by Liza Palmer. These were both impulse thrift books purchases, and they have been on my shelf for 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. They've been on my shelf for a long time, and I have never once even put them in a monthly TBR. So they can go to somebody who will be excited to read them. I'm also going to unhaul Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I have complicated feelings about this one because I did read Daughter of Smoke and Bone, and I really liked the first book. I never finished the trilogy. I've had this book on my shelf for forever, and I've heard really great reviews about it, but I have never felt compelled to pick it up. Outside of that knee-jerk, oh, everybody really likes that book, maybe I should read it. But it's just, when it's finally time, I know the library will have it. This is an outlier. This is not YA. This is adult fantasy. This is Remote Control by Nnedi Okorafor, which I have read, and it was fine. It's not my favorite Nnedi Okorafor, but I've read it. I don't really see myself rereading it, so I'm just going to unhaul it so somebody else can read it and love it. I'm also unhauling Camp by Elsie Rosen. This was a gift from a friend, and I feel kind of bad getting rid of it, but this one's not even fantasy. This is YA, I think contemporary. But again, yeah, I just never find myself wanting to pick it up. And I did check with my daughters before I unhauled anything because they're 11 and they're starting to inch into YA. So I checked with them to see if there were any books they wanted me to keep for them to read, and they're like, no, that's fine. He's not interested in mom's books. I'm also getting rid of the Atlas 6 and the Atlas Paradox. I impulsively bought Atlas 6 when it was still self-published because the novel Neighbor, which is a bookstore in St. Louis, their TikTok video talking about Atlas 6 was so compelling that I ordered it from them. And then I picked up the Atlas 6 because my library does reading programs or reading challenges, and if you complete a challenge, you get to pick out a free book. And so I really did think I was going to read these, but yeah, it's dark academia, which is even harder for me than YA fantasy is. And I read like the first paragraph of Atlas 6 after I pulled it off of the shelf for this unhaul, and I'm not interested. And the reviews are so mixed. Like if it had really stellar reviews all across the board, I might be more convinced to keep it, but it just doesn't, so I'm not interested. Book unhauls are kind of depressing. I am realizing. Not loving sitting here talking about books I'm not going to read, but oh well, too far into it now. I'm also unhauling Iron Widow. This is one I struggle with. I have not unhauled it so many times because it got so much love when it first came out. But I have heard so much about the trigger warnings for this book that now I'm afraid to read it. And so I'm just going to take it off. I'm going to take it off. It's fine. I can always get it from the library if I change my mind. I'm also unhauling I don't know what this series is called, but it's Crown Chaser and Throne Breaker. I have both of them for the duology. I read Crown Chaser and I liked it a lot when I first read it. And then I bought Throne Breakers when it came out, and I've never felt compelled to finish the duology. I don't know why, but actually my husband made a good point because I was talking about this the other night, and he said it's got the same vibes as big ship in a small ship in a big uniform. I'll put the photo of the book I'm talking about right here, but it's Alex White's The Salvager series, and so it's like this has the same vibes, but it's not as good as this one. And I'd rather read Alex White's than this one. All right, we're almost done with this depressing unhaul train. I'm also going to unhaul Dark Rise by C.S. Pacat. Is that how we say the author's name? I really love the Fence series by this author. It's a graphic novel series. I love that series. I bought this when it first came out. I think I bought it at one of those Barnes & Noble 50% off hardcover sales. And again, never picked it up. And I've seen really mixed reviews about this. So that one's gonna go find a reader who will love it. I'm also going to unhaul A Dark and Hollow Star, which was another impulse purchase. And is this book set in Seattle? Sorry, just got distracted. I thought that looks like the Space Needle on the back. Oh, dang it. I shouldn't have read this. The Ironborn half-fae outcast of her royal fae no, never mind. I don't want a fae book. That one's getting unhauled. And then this last one I have read, Skier Breakers. I haven't finished the duology, and I will probably never reread this. And my daughters weren't interested, so it is going to find a new home. So there we go. That is my unhaul. That's a lot of space to get off my shelves, which is great because there are a lot of books coming out in March that I want to purchase, and I need the shelf space because we don't have room for another bookshelf. So sometimes you just have to make hard choices. But yeah, those are the books I'm getting rid of. However, if you feel very strongly that I am making a huge error in getting rid of one of them, please let me know in the comments. I would love to be convinced to keep them. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day, your night, your morning, your week, your February. Of course, February's long. Never mind, it just started. I will see you later. Bye.